In this video, I'm going to show you how to make some tender smoked pulled pork using a boneless pork shoulder. Now we're going to be using the snake method in our Oklahoma Joe's blackjack kettle, and this hasn't been cleaned since the last time I cooked on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go over the cooking grate with a wire brush, and then we can take that out and I'll just hang it on the side. Then I'll lift our charcoal grate out, then I'll just brush everything into the ash pan. And now I can just lift my ash pan out to empty it. Then we'll get that back in, followed by our charcoal grate. And now we can set up our snake method using some good quality briquettes. So what I'll do is stack our briquettes up in a domino-like fashion. No matter what size briquette I'm using, I'll always go a row of 2 on the bottom. And you can build this most of the way around your charcoal grate, which will give you an 8 to 10 hour burn time. But we're only going to be using our barbecue for half of this cook, and it's not a massive pork shoulder, so we only need around 3 to 4 hours burn time before we transport our pork shoulder to the oven when we wrap it. So I'm just going to build our briquettes halfway around our charcoal basket. Then if you're using smaller briquettes like I am, I like to go a row of 2 on top, or if you're using larger ones, you can just run a single stack through the middle. Then once your snake's built, you want to go ahead and get 12 to 15 briquettes going, which we'll use to light up the start of our snake. Alright, so we're going to be using a beautiful boneless pork 4/4 or pork shoulder from Thomas Farms. As you can see, this one weighs 2.2 kilos, and at the time of this video, these cost $13.99 per kilo. Now, because we're doing this one for pulled pork, I'm going to take that skin off as it's not going to break down throughout this cook. But if you want to cook it separately to make some pork crackling, absolutely go for it. Then we'll trim our pork shoulder up by removing any excess fat and silver skin. Then go ahead and get it seasoned up in your favorite barbecue rubs. I'll be using a combination of our honey soy slammer and steak shooter rubs, which will give our pork shoulder some beautiful sweet and savory flavors and a really nice color too. And now we can let our pork shoulder sit until it's ready to go in the smoker. Then once your briquettes have caught light and are burning nicely, you want to pour them in at the start of the snake the way the briquettes are falling. Then I'll stack them up nice and neat, and I'll get a nice chunk of cherry wood on our charcoal grate to preheat, along with our barbecue, which I want to let come up to around 250 Fahrenheit or 120 Celsius. So all we're going to do now is let our pork shoulder smoke away until it develops a really nice color and that rub has set on the meat. I reckon that'll take 2 to 3 hours, and our smoking temperature for this cook, I'm going to be happy if we are anywhere in between 135 to 150 Celsius or 275 to 300 Fahrenheit. And I'll be controlling the temperature of our kettle with the bottom vent, and quite simply, if I need to increase temperature, I'll open that bottom vent up a little bit, or if I need to decrease temperature, I'll shut it down a little bit more. But if you wanted to dive a little bit deeper into fire management for a kettle style barbecue, I'll put a video link down in this video description for you to check out. Right, our pork's been smoking away for about 2 hours now. We're just about to check on it, and then we're going to make a quick and easy coleslaw. We'll use in some pulled pork sandwiches later on. Alright, so our pork is looking nice, but I just want that color to come along a little bit more. It is starting to look a little bit dry on top, so I'm just going to spritz it with some water. I reckon we'll let this go for about another hour before we look to wrap it. Alright, and for our quick and easy coleslaw, we're going to start with a cup each of purple cabbage and green cabbage, which has been finely sliced. Then I'll add in 1 grated carrot and half an apple, which I've finely sliced. Then for our dressing, in a bowl, we're going to add half a cup of mayonnaise, a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, the juice from half a lemon, teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and then a good pinch of salt and pepper. Then give it a good mix, have a taste, adjust it to your liking, then stir it through your cabbage, carrot, and apple mix. Alright, it's been another hour, so 3 hours total into this cook. This pork is looking great, and I reckon we can get this out and into a tray. And sticking with those sweet and savory flavors, now our pork's in a tray. I'm just going to drizzle over 1 to 2 tablespoons worth of honey. Then we'll get some butter on top, and then I'll pour over a cup of chicken stock. Then we'll cover our tray in foil. And now to make life easier, I'm just going to finish our pork shoulder off in the oven at that same temperature of 135 to 150 Celsius or 275 to 300 Fahrenheit. And we're going to take it until it reaches an internal temperature of around 96 to 99 degrees Celsius or 205 to 210 Fahrenheit. We also want to make sure it's probing nice and tender all over, and I reckon it'll take another 2 to 3 hours to get to that stage. Alright, and after 3 hours in the oven, our pork shoulder is ready. It's probing nice and tender and at around that 99 Celsius or 210 Fahrenheit internal mark. So now what I'm going to do is just leave that foil off for a few minutes so our pork shoulder can steam off and that cooking process can stop. Then I'll cover our pork shoulder back over with foil and let it rest for a good hour at room temperature before I come back to pull it apart. Now we'll make our pulled pork sandwich. So in a brioche bun, I'll go down with a base of our coleslaw, then I'll get some of our pulled pork in there, then I'll top it with our hookshot whiskey and jalapeno barbecue sauce. Now that is super tasty. Well, there you have it. There's how to make some smoked pulled pork using a pork shoulder. I'll put the recipe for the coleslaw and everything else you need to know down in the video description for you to check out. And if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below. Now, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next videos. But for now, that's the end of this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.